As you can see here, I have two components. The first one is the button to fetch data, and another one is to display the value. So when I click on fetch, we will return, the API will return user ID, title, and also completed. If we go back to my source code in the app.tsx, so this is the code. The first one is the button. So when you create a button or component, you must put this data test ID. And also for each of the HTML or semantic HTML, you can put the data test ID. Or in short, which part that you want to be tested, you can put data test ID. Okay. So the first thing that you need to do is you can go to the readme.md. Later I will attach this GitHub link and you can follow. Right, we just copy this command and then we paste in the terminal. So basically this command is actually to generate a few files that will be used for the test. Okay, so first thing that we should look into is the playwright.config.ts. This one later I will edit a little bit to make sure that it can run with our source code. If you see also, it created two folders, test.example and also demo, for demo. So we don't need this, so we can delete this, and also we can delete this also. Alright, so if you go to my readme.md, you go to the line number 7, okay, and then you can copy paste this, and then you just put it here. Alright, and then this should be sufficient for a minimally setup. So what it does is when we run using Vite, it will create a local host with this port. Okay, this port is very important because by default it will be localhost 3000. So you need to use 2, and also the web server. This is how we force the port and also the URL. Okay, so all of this component is important, right? So next, how do we write a test? So we can create a new file and you can put it as a button dot. This is important, is to use spec.ts. Okay, and then after that I have put in the readme.md the file for the test. Okay, so I can go here and then we can copy inside here. So it has a few things that it will be done. The first one is test. So test basically is to init the test for your component. Okay, so let's say for example for our component just now that I say that I just said that the button first, after we initialize the page, what it will do is it will get by test ID, which is the one that we already set up, which is data test ID fetch button, and then it will wait for that button to be visible, and once it is visible, what it will do is it will trigger the click button, which is on click event. So after it calling the API, it will check the output. So the output is the pre, which is the data test ID, JSON the output, and then as you just now see, like there is an output and also it contains a text which is ID equal to 1. Okay, alright, I think that should be all. Okay, so how do we run the file, the test file? You can go to the package.json and then if I'm not mistaken, it will be, I also forgot. Let me check again my document. Maybe npm run test, let's say. Okay, it doesn't have that. Let's ask ChatGPT. How to run tests for Playwright. The command. The command to run Playwright. Alright, so let's try this one out. Okay, so it passed. If I'm not mistaken, we can also see the report. Let me ask the LLM. How to see. Right, so let's try. There's no report. Okay, I not very sure, but yeah, I think that's about the tutorial today on how to set up a minimal setup for Playwright, Vite, and also React. I'll put in the source code in the description in this video. Thank you so much for watching.